Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, you know that I don't curse on this platform, so I guess we'll have to get a little bit creative on this one to really express how I'm feeling. Impeach the mother brother. When is the Republican establishment gonna grow some cojones and impeach Joe Biden? I don't care if it's symbolic, I don't care if it's never gonna pass the Senate because Democrats' heads are too far up there you-know-whats. I don't care if the inevitable result of removing Joe Biden is that now Kamala Harris is in charge. At the end of the day, they're both puppets. The most important thing here is do the right thing. Put your money where your mouth is. Take action. Joe Biden is corrupt, compromised, a liar, and of course, a criminal. Again, let's cue the flashbacks.
Mr. Vice President, how many times have you ever spoken to your son about his overseas business dealings?
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings.
Lies, lies, more lies, nothing but lies. If you needed another Biden crime family smoking gun, well, that's exactly what we have. What is it, like 10 or 15 smoking guns at this point? Joe Biden is a liar. He was involved, and we have the proof. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, so we got a lot of information to go through here. Let's start off with the first headline. Hunter Biden CC'd on email to Vice President Joe Biden about call with Ukrainian president. A staffer for then Vice President Joe Biden CC'd Hunter Biden on an email to Joe about a scheduled call with former Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko. A document released by National Archives due to a Freedom of Information request shows. While Hunter Biden earned $83,000 a month as a board member of Burisma Holdings, a Ukrainian energy company, Joe Biden's assistant John Flynn looped in Hunter on a scheduling email dated May 26, 2016 about a call between Joe Biden and Poroshenko. The Washington Times reported the FOIA. Flynn wrote to Joe and Hunter Biden, boss, 8:45 a.m., prep for 9 a.m., phone call with President Poroshenko, then we're off to Rhode Island for infrastructure event, and then Wilmington for UDEL commencement. Nate will have your draft remarks delivered later tonight or with your press clips in the morning. On May 27, 2016, the call took place. Joe Biden urged Poroshenko to reform Ukraine's Prosecutor General office, the establishment media reported. Do we really need another smoking gun? I'm just gonna say it. What the hell is Hunter Biden doing CC'd on an official vice presidential communication email with the president of Ukraine, while coincidentally serving on the Burisma board during the exact timeline, literally, right when Joe Biden was bragging about blackmailing the Ukrainians with American aid over this supposed corrupt prosecutor, the same prosecutor, and mind you, literally the only prosecutor in Ukraine who had the balls to look into Burisma. I mean, what a coincidence. In a corrupt nation such as Ukraine, the idea that there was only one corrupt prosecutor, it was just this one guy, this one individual, this one guy who had to be dealt with, just happened to also be investigating Joe Biden's son? Obviously, something doesn't add up, and clearly Joe Biden had some sort of intention of informing or being in communication with his son as he was pursuing the firing of this prosecutor, and now we essentially have it in actual document form. The timing of the trip to Ukraine, the communications between Joe Biden's office and Mr. Poroshenko, the other phone call between Joe Biden and Mr. Poroshenko, where essentially Joe Biden was communicating with the president of Ukraine to undermine Donald Trump's foreign policy in the region. It's just all so insane. But pretty much at this point, we have the whole picture. We know exactly what was happening. We know exactly what the deal is. Hunter Biden was selling access to the vice presidency, as we've seen through communications, as we of course saw through the WhatsApp message, where the Bidens are essentially acting like the mafia, strong-arming a Chinese CCP official into making payments to the Bidens for their services rendered. According to Gal Luft, a whistleblower with intimate knowledge of CEFC, the service that they were selling was access to the FBI, insider information as to whether or not they're being investigated, or whether they're within the FBI radar at all, with their connection to FBI agent codenamed One Eye. Hunter Biden, his business associates at Rosemont Seneca, traveled the world selling access to the vice president presidency, selling access to federal institutions and agencies, and the kickbacks, of course, selling policy as well, especially in Ukraine, taxpayer dollars, which of course are then being funneled through most likely corporations like Burisma, and then the kickbacks being sent to the Bidens, millions upon millions of dollars, based on what I've been able to gather so far, upwards of $30 million being sent to various different Biden family members, and of course the complicated web of LLCs that they've created. This is arguably one of the biggest corruption scandals in modern American history. Joe Biden has lied about it from start to finish. And you notice how White House messaging has shifted as of late on this specific topic. You know, Karine Jean-Pierre and John Kirby used to respond to these types of inquiries with, "No, of course not, that's ridiculous. None of that ever happened." And now all of a sudden the response is, refer to White House counsel, refer to White House legal. No longer are they denying the claims. They're not going on the record claiming that Joe Biden wasn't in the room at the time where Hunter Biden was shaking down Henry Zhao, because of course they don't want to make a false statement on the record. But we don't need their statements. We don't need them to tell us anything, frankly. We know what happened. We know what's going on because it's clearly obvious. We have all the evidence necessary, all the witness testimony, pointing the finger, and of course the whistleblowers telling us that the DOJ and the IRS purposely slow-walked and blocked investigations into the Biden crime family. So that obviously brings us to the point that we're at right now, which is the federal agencies aren't going to do their jobs. The Bidens are never going to be held to account. They're probably not going to face political ones either. So the only option here is for the House GOP to not only do what they have been doing, but to continue doing it, and to do it 10 times harder than they have been, to relentlessly push the issue, and most importantly, take action. Impeach Joe Biden. This isn't document gate. It's not anything small like a Trump phone call where he supposedly said something that clearly he didn't, but the Democrats are trying to forge this entire criminal felony case around it. These are clear high crimes and misdemeanors. The Bidens sold access. And they did it all not only while Joe Biden was in office, but they did it while he was out of office, and they never registered as foreign lobbyists or foreign agents. Even though that's what Biden's DOJ is going after Biden whistleblower Gal Luft with in terms of the charges. They're trying to charge Gal Luft, the guy who's pointing the finger at Joe, saying that he corruptly took money from the CEFC, with charges of failing to register as a foreign agent and sanction violations. Even though that is exactly what Hunter Biden did. And of course, as we know, exactly what Joe Biden did in these deals as well. Joe Biden has lied through his teeth, claiming to not only have no knowledge, but to have never communicated with his son Hunter or any of his business associates. Those statements have been proven false unequivocally. I mean, obviously, we have pictures of Joe Biden with Hunter Biden's business associates. Not to mention, Joe Biden literally helped Hunter Biden open the office in 2016 or 2017. Lies upon lies upon lies upon lies, all in a clear effort to conceal the Biden family crimes. Not only was Biden involved, but it seems as though Biden was the one involving Hunter Biden. It seems as though Biden was using Hunter Biden as a pawn at Burisma, and on May 26, 2016, while serving as Vice President of the United States and the clear man in the White House, man in the federal government in charge of Ukraine policy, he was looping his son Hunter Biden in email chains with the president of Ukraine, while Hunter was sitting on the board of Burisma, as he conspired using American taxpayer dollars to blackmail the Ukrainians so they could fire the one prosecutor who was investigating Burisma and, of course, by extension, his son Hunter, and their illegal dealings in the nation. Impeach this clown. That's what I got for you guys, though. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. You know that we'd love to have you here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.